How are you? I'm finally getting adjusted here. Finally got my camera in some position where you can kind of see my table here. Okay. Get my volume up. Good deal. Miss Lori, can you see me? Hi, Teresa. For some reason, I'm getting sound on my phone and I don't know how to turn it off. Help me, Lori. For some reason, I'm getting sound on my phone and I don't know how to turn it off. Help me, Lori. Let me see if I can. Okay. I turned the sound down. Maybe that will help. Can you guys hear me out there on that end? Hello, we're live. We're live in Rita's Wreath Barn. How are you? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Amy. Hi, Teresa. That's what I just did, Lori. Hope that will work. Yay! Glad you guys are coming in with me. Gonna have some fun tonight here in the barn. My first live making this wreath. I have got something special for you guys tonight, and I really hope that you like it. I have made these on and off for many years, and I love doing them. I haven't really seen anyone else do these on a live, and they're fun. I think it's a great season to do this. It's going to be a cross, and it's a 27-inch cross. And I'm going to try to watch my live and watch my comments over here at the same time. So you guys just bear with me. This has been a long, rough day, but I'm going to show you what we have and what we're going to work with here tonight. And what I like to say, and because this is my first live, my name is Rita Broyles, for those of you who might not know me. I do have a lot of following. I have done lives before, just not making wreaths. I've done them in another venue. And also, I have a lot of following out there that may be popping in on my live tonight because I've been a gospel singer for many, many years and traveled the road. So I do have a lot of people out there that are familiar with my singing. They know that I have done crafts all these years. But hopefully they'll drop in on the live tonight and maybe learn to make a wreath. And we like to say it's always feeding time at the barn, and because we're going to feed your craft cravings tonight, hopefully, and we'll have some fun. You'll see something pretty and maybe learn to make something for yourself in your own home. And this is quite an undertaking on this project tonight, but this is what we're going to do. It doesn't look like much right now, does it? This is a cross wreath, and it does come in two parts. They actually, when you purchase it, they even put a small zip tie in so you can hook this thing together. And all that you have to do, like I said, it comes in two pieces. You just match them up and you just put these together. There's little holes right here. And see, it will click right in, so you're going to have a cross. You may not always get the whole picture on this thing tonight because... Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. There's another wreather jumping on here with us. A friend of mine from North Carolina. I'm going to go ahead and zip tie this in, and what you do, you see where it's put together right here. I know my camera isn't that close, but believe me, that's the only spot that I could figure to get that thing where you could see what I was doing because this project is so large. So I'm going to just hook this in here, and I'm going to hook the zip tie. Let me just lay it down so I can get a hold of it. And I will hook the zip tie right around. I hooked it right around these two bars right here so they won't come apart, and it will be hooked together. And so that's going to be our starting point when you're going to make this wreath. Now let me just grab some pliers and pull this really tight, so we don't want it coming apart on us in the middle of things. That would not be a good thing. Okay, that's about as tight as it's going to go, I do believe. Now let me just cut that off, and we'll be off and running here. Okay, now I'll just show you what it looks like now that we have it all together. And I will tell you something a little bit different about this one. There are 20 ties on here. 20 ties, where normally if you're a wreather out there, you're probably used to working with a 15-inch wreath, where most of the time you have 18 ties. It's a little more, so it's going to take a little bit more mesh to do this. I will tell you what I've used. I've already cut my mesh because I didn't want to sit here and take up everybody's time to do that tonight. But I'm just going to kind of pull these out a little bit so we'll know what we're working with here. And with 20 ties, I started out using a 10-inch roll. And tonight we're going to do, here's our colors scheme. Let me see who's on here. Who am I missing? You've never seen one of these made? Well, I hope that you will learn. I hope you will like it. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Sandy. Getting a lot of people on. That's wonderful. Marianne, nice to have you here. Hi. Hi to everybody. If I miss your name, sorry. It's going to be a little bit busy for me here, so I'm going to have to get this going. This is 21-inch mesh, and it is a beautiful silver metallic. It's got the full lines in it. I have done these colorings before, and they're gorgeous. I'm going to show you one a little bit later on that I've just finished a few days ago. And it's a different color, but I'm going to let you see how different they can be. Now, this is 21-inch mesh. This is going to be our base, and we're going to do the bubble, the poof method, rather, around the base there. I started with 10-inch mesh and a 10-yard roll of 10-inch mesh. And like I said, you're going to need 2 extra pieces of this because you can only get about 18 of these out of a roll of 10-inch mesh. Well, of course, I had to get another roll just to get a couple pieces off here because I cut them 20 inches because I want it nice and full. This is going to be a thinner base here, so when you put these on and attach these ruffles, it will be beautifully full at the end. And then let me show you what else we're going to work with. I love tubing. For those of you who don't work with it, get with the program because this stuff is fun. It also enhances your wreaths and whatever you're doing so much. One package, depending on if you've got a really large package or a small one, like I had several of these. I had some that I had already used. I got another package, so I'm well prepared. And I have all those ready when we get to that point. I have already cut my ribbon ties. Let me show you the colors that we're going to be using tonight. And I am one that really likes to do 3 ribbons in my ties. You can do 2, you can do 1, you can do whatever your project calls for and whatever you like. But I just happen to like 3, and that's what I chose to use tonight. I love this ribbon. This ribbon is so cool. It looks like little bubbles. And I think it's just really pretty, and it does bring out the white wreath frame that we're working with here. And so that's a gorgeous deep purple that matches our mesh. And I also have, this is more of a satiny type mesh right here, but they're all wired ribbon. And I chose that one for ribbon number 2, if you can see the pattern on that one. And I think it's great because it brings out the colors. And then my third ribbon, I went to, those are both 2.5 inch. And this is a 1.5 inch, and it's got the little dotted polka dot Swiss dots in here. Okay, so those are the ribbons that I have chosen to use for this project. And I will be making the bow out of that same ribbon. I'm going to get those out of the way before I knock them all off, because this is a huge project right here, and I know I will throw ribbon tails all over the place if I don't move them. So, let me see who else on here. Cindy, you need to move back to North Carolina so we can craft together. Hey, amen to that. I really would love to do that with you. That's so fun. Kathy Stevens, hi to you. Hey, and for those of you that maybe I don't know or you don't know me, if you jump on, please let me and everyone else on here know where you're coming from. So, oh, thank you, Casey. I'm glad to see you on here. Another Wreather. A lot of people from our group have jumped on. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys can talk amongst yourselves and please help me out. I'm just praying that my my setup doesn't, or my camera doesn't fall over there. I've got it propped up so you can see this. I had to put it so far away that I can't read the comments over there that far. So I had to hook up the iPhone here to make sure that I could look every now and then. Is that Neely? Is that correct? Am I saying that right? From Georgia. Hi. And Donna Morrison from West Virginia. Hi, Donna. And Aurora from Arizona. Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Well, I'm clear out in Midland, Texas. Way West Texas. So, yes, I'm a long way out. I'm forever out here alone in the old country. But I thank you guys for jumping on with me tonight, and I hope you'll hang in, and I hope you'll love this project as much as I do. Now, here's one thing I can tell you about starting this. Usually, if you have a regular wreath, hi, Shelley. If you have a regular wreath, some people start on the bottom, some people start on the top. This is kind of a different situation here. I'm going to tell you what I like to do, but you can start anywhere you like. I don't like my ends or my open places to land on my corners or anywhere like that where it's noticeable if you're flipping around or turning your wreath or if you are going to the next level. I like to start in the middle so when I tie down my mesh that it won't be seen. Now, of course, it's going to be in the back anyway, but I like it to be where it's going to be hidden and it's not going to make the poofs look maybe uneven or anything. So you guys can start wherever you like to. If you're not used to doing wreaths, this will be new for you. It's just fun, and that's just what I like to do. So I'm going to start right here. Now, you know, this sounds like it's going to be crazy, but it is true. I am left-handed, and I know most of you probably are right-handed. Sometimes that makes a difference in the way you turn your items, how you work, and how you pull your mesh. Most of the crafters on here that I can see tonight, most of you are blessed enough to have Susie's great little mesh roller, which I don't have yet at this point, but I am going to. I'm working on that. I've got to get one of those. So for right now, my mesh is just dropped on the floor right in front of me, and that's how I like to work with this. It's easier to just pull it up from there, and it's not flowing all over the table. So I'm going to start right here, like I said, in this spot right here, and I'm going to tie my mesh down, and then I'm going to move on down and make my poofs, which will be like 10-inch poofs. 10-inch poofs is what I'm going to probably do because this is going to be a big project. So let's see if we can get started. And I got some zip ties over here. Hi, Jody. I can't see all your names and comments, but know that I appreciate you being on here with me tonight. And hopefully this will be fun for everyone. So I'm just going to start with a zip tie right around one of my little metal frame right here, and I'm going to just hook it on and tie it down, and we're going to start the poofs. And if I can get this, oh, this thing is not going right. Hold on. And what if I turn it in the right direction? It flipped on me. Okay. And what I've done, I've just gathered, just like you normally would for a wreath. Let me just show you what I did. I just gathered all the ends right here, gathered them up, kind of put the, turn the sides in so they don't stick out, and I'm putting it right down here next to this tie, and I'm going to zip tie it in. So there you go. tie it down really, really tight and then clip that little puppy off so it's not in your way and doesn't stick out in your face all night. Okay, here we go. Now, to start making your poofs, those of you who may not be familiar with doing these wreaths, just kind of make sure your ends are turned under so they're not out. You don't want that look. You want them to have a nice bubble and a nice poof on them. And I'm kind of like Lori. If she's still on here, you know, after you do this long enough, you don't measure a lot. I kind of use my arm as a measurement. But you guys are welcome. If you've got a mat, you can look down here and make them 10 inches. You can measure from your mat. That's an easy thing to do. But I happen to be one of those that does not measure most of the time. There's some things I do, but I guess it's like Lori, when you've done a lot of these and you're just used to them and you don't bother measuring too much anymore. And I just take it and poof it out as I go. I don't wait till the end because then it's too confusing and to try to do it. And so then you just move on to the next poof. You just pull it right out. Do your 10 inches if you want to measure. And you just start tying off. This actually goes pretty fast once you get started. And I like it. Now, I know that you're going to probably think, well, I can see right through that. It's not going to cover. Believe me, when we're done, it will cover and it will be really pretty. And you will not have to worry about whether this is going to be see-through or not, because it won't. It really, really won't. So what are you guys up to tonight? Are y'all wreathing as you're watching me? Hi, Connie. How are you? Brooklyn, hello, from New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for sharing. That's wonderful. And I'm so thankful for those that share and go in and like my page on Rita's Wreath Barn. And it really helps me out. And I thank you for doing that. And I will be doing lives every week. And I'm just trying to get myself set on a schedule right now. So you guys just bear with me. I will say, I'm going to let you guys know, I'm not going to dwell on this tonight, but it's been a really rough day. I had a very close family member pass away late this afternoon, just a few hours before my live, and it was tough, and I knew that I had to do this because of all the prep that had gone in, all the notifications that were sent out. And so if I seem to just kind of maybe not be doing everything I should do right tonight, y'all forgive me. And it's really hard. I'm trying to just keep it out of my mind and trying to do what I need to do here for this live tonight. But I love crafting, and that's kind of my happy place. So hopefully that will help. And it's really hard. And I know Miss Lori can tell you she just went through that over the last few weeks. So it's really hard thing. But just letting you guys know, and I would appreciate any prayers for my family. I don't have very much family. It's basically just cousins. So is all that I have left. I am an only child. I don't know you guys. I know some of you guys that are on out there, and some of you have large families, and that's a blessing. It is totally a blessing. So enjoy them while you have them, and protect them, love them, and care for them, and be with them, because it certainly is a good thing when you have family to lean on. So I just pray for my cousin, the Pressler family, and I would thank you for keeping them in your prayers right now, because they certainly are going to need it. So we're coming right along here on this wreath, and we are putting in our little poofs, and we're tying down. It won't take that long to get around here, but you guys tell me if you're making something tonight. Nova Scotia, oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much, Valerie. That's so nice. Teresa, hi. Thank you all. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for all the prayers. And Christina and Faith and Leslie Courier, another wreather. Thank you guys. I appreciate it so much. Y'all are just going to keep me company tonight and keep my mind off things. So that's a wonderful thing. Y'all are a blessing. Thank you very much. I don't know, have any of you out there ever done these crofts before? I know Sandy said that she had not. I don't know if anyone else out there has, but you can get them on all sizes. This is a 27-inch one, and they come as small as 20-inch. You can get them in that. You can get the, also these is like the pencil wreath. You can get them in different colors in some sizes. This one I just happen to normally buy white all the time because I can make any color I want to then. But I usually, when I put this poof on, I tie it at least like a 1.5 or 2 times around. And just so it's on there, we need to leave enough room with our ties because we're going to put a bunch of ribbon on here and other things. So we're over halfway around this little puppy now already. So, Kara said she started one last spring and never finished. Well, girl, get on with it. Oh, who did I miss here? I know I missed some names. Maribel, first time watching. Oh, thank you so much. From Richfield, Ohio. Connie, this form, this wreath, the cross form came, this one from Craft Outlet. And I know that other places have them. They do not sell them like at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They don't carry any of the wreath forms. It's pretty much a crafting place that you have to order from. And I'm sure any of the wholesale houses would have them as well. But that's where these came from. I usually buy them from there. And that's where this, and my mesh, I think the mesh was, well, I've had this silver for a while. I don't really remember where I got it, but I know the, I think the 10-inch mesh, I believe, came from Craft Outlet as well. But you guys, wherever your favorite place is to buy your mesh, you can always do that. And get any color that you like, because you can do this for, if you're doing it for your home, you can match your home. If you're doing it for an order, of course, they would have their own special colors that they would want. And so I just happened, I've done several of these for sale and for gifts over the years, and I just happen to love the silver and the purple together. And it might seem a little bit odd to some of you for a cross, but you know, if you think back and look at the you know, the royal color is purple, and that's what was used back in the biblical days, and so that's why I like purple with it. Plus, I'm a purple fan anyway, so I like it, and it goes very well together, and I think you'll be surprised when it's all done. So I know y'all are probably talking to each other there. I can't see the comments from back over there, and I can't always tell what y'all are saying, but let me see if I can catch up a little bit here. Thank you for all the prayers. Y'all are talking to each other. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. It looks like we're getting a lot of different locations here too for the first live. Oh, thank you, Miss Carolyn. Thank you for that. Jenny, hi. From Louisiana, is that right? Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad y'all jumped on to be with me tonight. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. We're almost done with the ties, and then we're going to go to the ribbons and make this thing pretty, hopefully, here in a minute. And I hope that this will be one of your new favorite things that you would like to do, because I tell you, for me, they're fun. I love them, and I like to do all sizes. And like I said, this is the big one. I just happened to choose the big ones to do. I'm going to show you one in just a little bit that I finished a few days ago. And so I just happened to choose these. I have done the smaller ones, and they're just fine too. Because by the time you finish with these, it's just like a wreath. They will add about 8 inches to the size of your frame, depending on how you dress them out and what you do with them. So we will measure this when we get done, just to give you a little bit of an indication of how big it's going to be. And it's not that bad, but it's beautiful. And I have made them for churches before, and they're beautiful in churches because they really, especially the larger sizes, and they will really stand out if you hang them in the sanctuary in a church. They'll be gorgeous. So y'all keep that in mind, maybe for some future things for your church or whatever to do. And so it might be a good thing. So we're almost there, guys. A couple more ties and we've got this baby together. So it kind of gets crazy because this mesh wants to stick on itself, and it kind of gets in your way a little bit, but hey, we're going to wrestle with it here. It's all right. We get it. I'm glad that you guys are liking my video and sharing it and liking my page. I've gained a lot of followers this week. I've been trying to post more. I'm just getting used to the Facebook business page thing. It's quite different than your regular page. So I'm still learning how to operate it. Poor Lori Jacobs, bless her heart, if she didn't help me out on those things. And poor Sandy, I lean on her all the time. She's my craft buddy over in Colorado. And boy, we have some laughing times and some crying times together sometimes with these computer issues that we go through. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Sooner or later, I will get it figured out. I'm not a techie. I'm just a crafty. I'm just a crafty. That's it. All right. Ladies, and I don't know if we have any gentlemen on here. I haven't seen any, but just in case, I think we're at the end of this cross now. See, we've got it pretty much all the poofs on. So let me cut this off. I am going to tie it down. Let me see here where I need to one more here, and then I'm tying it off. There you go. And then we will be ready for some pretty stuff on here. Some pretty stuff. All right. There you go. Okay, let me chop this puppy off. And I just like to leave a couple of inches or 3 inches or something on the end, just so. Oh, it's stuck on my little my rug down here. Can't get it off. Okay, I just like to leave a few inches that I have room enough that I can take this and tie it down in the back where no one will ever know that it's down there. Let me flip it over. And I'll bring it around to the back here. Pulled it the wrong way, sorry. Okay. Now, let me take a zip tie and fix this, and we're ready to put on some ribbons. So what are y'all making that's exciting this week? Is anybody, I know Sandy has gotten a wonderful opportunity to open a little storefront in a consignment shop. So that is a true blessing. And so we just are going to believe and pray that she does well and makes a lot of good sales in there. And so she's doing good. And it's Christmas time. There's probably a lot of craft shows Oh, you guys are doing lots of craft shows? I'm not. There's not that any place around here for me to do craft shows. But that's okay because I'll do it in other ways. Other ways. We just make it through. All right. We've got our poofs in there. Let me show you where we are up to this point. Now, I know you can say, well, I can see through all that. Well, yes, you can. Yes, you can see through it, and it's okay. Because when we're done, you will not be able to see through that, and it's going to be gorgeous. So, alrighty then. Let me see if we can't start putting on some fun things now. And let me fix this in because it's not laying like I want it to lay. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Now let me grab hold of my ribbon tails and we can start the fun part right here. Now I did cut all of these 12 inches. I know a lot of the crafters cut at 14. I do make some things that I do 14 on, but I kind of like the 12 because I want to see a little bit of the color underneath. And I want that to show. And when you're doing a project this big, you want to save all you can because it is really takes up a lot of ribbon and it takes a lot of mesh to do this. So I'm going to just lay the ribbons aside there and we're going to put these on first and then the ribbons. So I have cut these 20 inch. Let me see what I'm missing. You guys are talking. Y'all are having all the fun over here. Thank you for answering questions. Hi, Miss Jana. My pastor's wife is on here. Thank you for jumping on. And let's see, Raynette from Phoenix. We used to live in Arizona. And yes, in the Phoenix area, actually, we did. Phoenix and Scottsdale. Yeah, it's been quite a few years back, but we did. So, Lynn Davis. Hi, Lynn. West Virginia's in the house. There you go. Thank you. Let me see who I missed here. Sean, hello. And I don't know where Sean is from. I didn't see that. Cowboy orders this week. Oh, that's awesome, Chelsea. Yay. And Kara's working on her first expensive order. I know about those. Yeah. And you had a budget. Yeah, we all do, but we never keep those budgets. Am I right, girls? We seem to always go over. Hi, Jody. Hi, Aurelia. Hi, Sean from Michigan. Hi. Well, we're getting all over the place here tonight. That's awesome. Here's what I do. I've got my 20-inch pieces of 10-inch mesh. I just lay them down. I like to fold the edge under a little bit. We're going to just do a ruffle on these. And now if somebody wanted to make the curls and do them that way, I just think these are a little bit more elegant looking, especially for the cross. And we're just going to push ourselves up and we're going to gather these things. You can do a cruffle or a ruffle or whatever it is that just trips your trigger. Whatever that you think you might want to make, you can do. You can start in any place that you want to start tying these in. There's no rhyme or reason to that as long as you get one in every tie. So we're just going to put that one down and start tying on purple. So, and I'm not going to tie them all. I do at least one, maybe two ties because I'm going to put ribbon tails and some tubing in there. So I'm not going to make really, I'm not going to tie them all the way. I'm going to move this because I'm about to knock things over here. And I'm very good at that. Okay, so we just keep ruffling or cruffling or whatever it is that you guys want to do. You can do it whichever way you like. And as long as you get them ruffled up and get the edges turned under, you are good to go. There you go. And you don't have to open these all the way. If it's if you need to open it up like halfway, you can. and then tie it back. You can do whatever you like there. And some of the ties on these things are longer than others, so sometimes you have to open them back up. But you can just do them whatever way and then just poof them back out when you're done. So see, that purple is looking good already. Look at that, you guys. I love the purple and the silver together. I love it. So who's getting snow tonight? Is anybody? I know even here in West Texas, they're calling for some cold and rain all day tomorrow. And they're also calling for a little wintry stuff to be going on in our area. But hopefully they're saying it might go a little to the north of us. We typically don't get that white stuff over here. Maybe a little bit in the winter. One time and very little, but I'm not ready to see that stuff. I'm just not. Too much going on, too busy. Just don't want to have to deal with it. I don't mind the cold so much. Anybody else getting snow? I know those Midwesterners over there, I bet. Who was it from Michigan? And I know that Sandy's had snow over in Colorado. And I don't know, I know somebody was from Ohio a while ago. I know kind of that Midwest zone is getting hit pretty well. And I'm sorry that y'all are not getting a closer view of the me doing the ruffles, and you're not getting a real close-up view, but this is the only way I could get the camera to get this big project in here. So you'll have to just forgive me for that, and next time maybe it'll be better, and I'll have a better setup, but trying to get this on here, this is a big old project. When you got a simple round wreath, you can pull in a little bit closer and you can get it all in, but this is really hard to get all this stuff in as big as this cross is. So y'all bear with me. And I thank you for being patient. Thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for sharing. Y'all are mighty nice and really gracious. I appreciate it so much. And I might not be as fast as some of you guys, but I'm trying to, I know this is a big project and I don't want to keep you guys on here all night, but so we're going to do the best we can to get it done. So what are y'all saying over here? I'm missing all the good stuff. I'll have to go back and read all these things later. Hi, Terry. Hi, Maria. I don't know where everybody's from or what y'all are talking about, but I'm sure it's probably good and I'm missing it all. But anyway, I will go back and I will read. I'll figure out what I missed. So, do y'all think you might like to try one of these crosses? Does anybody out there think that it looks like something that you would like to do? I hope so. I hope it'll give you a new avenue to explore, because crafting is fun and I like to do different things. And I do paint a little. If you'll notice this wreath right behind me that I made, and it says trust and believe. Now it might be backwards to you guys. I'm not sure what it looks like on camera, but I did make that sign. I do some signs. I do some hand painting and some stenciling, and you know, it's just hard to do all that and keep up wreathing and everything. So every now and then I'll get a sign made for a wreath, but mostly I'm purchasing them just like all of you, because I don't have the time to do it all, even though I love to paint and love to do the signs. But it's a lot of work, and it takes time just like everything else. So when we want to get wreaths done, we want to be in a hurry to get them finished. If you're like me, I don't want to have to wait for paint to dry. Basically, that's kind of what you do, wait for paint to dry. I don't know if any of you work with a Cricut machine and do any of that. I do a little bit of that. However, I'm not so great with doing the computer parts some days, and it takes me a longer time than it would somebody that's faster with it, but I'm learning. And that's okay, because I've got my wreath, so I like that. See, you can see the purple start to come to life in this thing. Oh my, this is a big old thing. But we're getting there, we're getting there. So, the cross frame came from Craft Outlet. And they have, like I said before, different sizes. You can get them 20-inch, 27, which is what this is, or they go all the way up to 36-inch crosses, which is great if you have like a big hall or something, or a big banquet room, or maybe a large church, or something that you would need the larger sizes for. You wouldn't necessarily need that for a home. You could stay really mostly with the 20-inch. If you were doing it just for a project for someone's home or for them to hang in their home, unless they had like a big room or vestibule or something that they were trying to fill up. Because these are pretty large, and you'll see when we get it done, they do expand. Oh, my mesh is stuck together here. Okay. But yeah, they're fun to do. I think they're easy to do. It does take a little more of the mesh, just because it's 20 ties on here instead of 18, which is your normal. But that's okay, because you'd only have a couple of these. If you cut them 20 inches, you only have a couple off of your second roll, so you can still use that second roll to make another wreath or a smaller project, or mix in with another project. So it works out. You don't have to really have any waste that way. And the one good thing about these is you can dress them up however that you like. Typically, when I do one of these, I don't put a lot on it. I put the bow on it because it is pretty massive. And when you put the bow, you know, this cross speaks for itself. It really does not need anything else other than just the bow. However, that if you're making this, especially a holiday one, you could always dress it up with some kind of Christmas decorations or ornaments, or any kind of festive things that you like. If you were dressing it up to match a certain room decor or something, you could also do that. However, this one tonight, we are only going to put a bow on it, because you'll see when we're done that it, with the ribbons and the bow, that I really don't think that it needs anything else. It will stand alone, trust me, and it will be a wonderful addition to your room for whatever decor that you might have, if you just do it in your own festive colors. So that means you don't have to buy a sign, you don't have to buy embellishments, you don't have to buy any ornaments, you don't have to buy anything special. You just have your mesh and your frame and your ribbons, and then you're all set to go. So there's not that much in it. It's very cost effective to do if you're making it. You can use like your stripes and different colors that come. It depends on what you're trying to match. So you can use so many things to dress this, or to change it up as far as coloring. I just happen to like this. I'm going to show you a gold one that I made, and when we're done here with this one, I'm going to let you see the other one, so you can get an idea of how the look can change just from coloration. And I think that's a good thing, because sometimes you see one thing and you think, well, I don't really like that, but you just change the color and do it in a different coloration, and it makes a whole new statement. So you can always make it your own. And that's what crafters do, don't we? That's why I like to say, I think it's just, you know, when I named this business Rita's Craft Barn, Rita's Wreath Barn, I used to have a business when I was doing crafts, and I did call it Rita's Craft Barn, and I had a storefront years ago, and back in South Carolina years ago. And so I didn't want the same name this time, because I was doing more wreaths than anything else. I did a lot of florals back then, but and other things. So when I was doing that, I thought, well, you know, that sounds like a crazy name for a business, but it kind of worked for me. So I liked it, and I thought, well, you know, what you do in a barn, you feed the animals in the barn. So I thought that was kind of a fun thing to look at. So I said, well, that's what we'll do. We'll just feed your craft craving. So that's kind of my slogan, and we just come on into the barn and we'll feed your craft craving. And that's what I like to do, is just give somebody some new ideas, give them a little insight, because I watch a lot of other people's lives and I like to learn new things and new ideas. And sometimes we can get stalemated in our own things, so it's great to watch other people and learn from them. So that's what I like to do. So that's how that came about, and I am just happy with it so far. I'm just glad to be doing this live, because I waited a while before I jumped in there and did it, because I couldn't get all this Facebook stuff worked out, and I was panicked today because it wasn't working. But Lori to the rescue. Thank you, Lori. She's a blessing, a true blessing. Between her and Sandy, I keep them busy trying to tell me what to do to get myself out of trouble. So I can do the work, I can do the crafts, I just can't work Facebook, and so I have a lot of trouble with the computer issues, but I'm learning. That's my new thing, I'm learning. And so I'm just thankful for people that are willing to hang in there and help me out. So, and help me learn. Hopefully I can return the favor and maybe show them something, help them out in some way. Because that's what we're here for, to help each other. Help each other. Okay, what's everybody doing on here? Hi, Sandy. I hope you're answering all these questions. Thank you so much. Kathy, you could add florals or greenery. Yes, you could. And that's a great point. I'm glad you said that, Kathy, because I have done these. If right across your cross section, when you put the bow, or even if you don't want to put a bow, you can do greenery and a nice floral thing right in there, and they're beautiful. They're very, very pretty. Yes, you could do it in the bow. You're right. You could do that. Oh, Cindy, thank you. Hi, Brooklyn. Oh, bless you. Well, I will be doing more lives. I'm just not sure of what my schedule's going to be at this point. I'm going to try to get on regular nights and get going. But I have an issue with computer deals right now. My computer's going in the shop either before Monday or by Monday. My laptop is going, because I got a new one and they're having to transfer all my stuff, and they're going to keep it at least 24 hours or more. And I said, you can't keep it long. I got work to do. So I'm going to be maybe out of commission for a day or two as far as doing, getting my stuff posted and doing things like that. But I will get it. And after that gets straightened out, hopefully that things will be a little easier for me to work with. My laptop is older and it's not doing what it needs to do. So my husband was very good and bought me a new one for Christmas. So isn't that a blessing? Isn't that a blessing? Yep. And my poor hubby is sick right now, so y'all pray for the hubs. He's had the crud all week long. So he was in here tonight. He came home from work coughing, and he asked me if I wanted him to sing tonight on my live, because everybody kids know about coming on my live singing. And he said I could sing bass really good, so he sounds like he's in a well tonight. He's hanging in there. A little better today, but he's still not feeling well. So y'all pray for the hubs, because he's kind of in a bad spot right now. But he's doing good. But he was trying to help me out and help me get Facebook Live and help me get my camera set up, which I couldn't get it far enough over here where we could all see it. So, but we do what we do, and that's the way it is. But we are getting through it, and I can't see you guys from over there, whatever you're saying, and so I'm having to use my phone, but we'll get it done. You know, what is the guy's name? So get her done. That's what we'll do. We'll get her done. That's exactly what we'll do. Yep. Get all these little purple things. We got one more to put in here, and then we're off to the ribbons. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. And ribbons and make a bow, and then we're about done with this project. Thank y'all for hanging in with me. I know it's kind of boring to sit there and watch me just do these ruffles all night, but you know, the project, that's what they call for, and that's what's got to get done, so we just do what we got to do. And we're getting there. I'm not as fast as Lori, but I'm working on it. Okay. Alrighty then. I want you to see the progress so far. Here is, can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Don't y'all like it? So far? So far, so far. That's a big, I can cover up my face and y'all won't have to look at me now. You can just look at the cross. Okay. Yay. Thank you. I was trying to see who I missed here. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, so thank you, Teresa and Dee Dee. I'm glad y'all are liking this. You know, I tried to pick something different because everybody comes on and even though they do wreaths, they're always beautiful and they're different kinds and everybody has such great eye for different things. And I said, I just want to do something different. And the cross is near and dear to my heart. So I would just, that was my thing. I just really felt like that's what I had to do for my first live. So there's where we are. And we're off to the ribbon tails right now. And I think I'm going to start with this little bubble looking purple one on the bottom. And then I'm going to add my two-tone purple. And I'm going to go to my smaller one on the top. And that's the way we're going to stack them, I do believe. And see where we get with that. What I like to do is just stack them all up. I kind of fold them in the middle and pinch the bottom so you can find the center. And then you just take it and you just ruffle it up in your fingers. And if you will just take this and curl the tails, and it will be already curled and ready for you. And you just pick wherever you'd like to start and just start tying them in. I might open it a little bit to tie it back, because I'm going to give it a couple of twists to make sure that it's in there good, because I'm going to leave some room on the tie because I'm still going to put in some of that really pretty tubing. And I like to just spread these out and make sure that they are separated and they are fluffed out and kind of pull them in different directions so they're not all the same. And you can see how that's going to look right there. And you just kind of go around and just keep going. And keep tying. Keep going and keep tying. There you go. So, how long have I been wreathing? Oh my goodness. Many years. I did it, oh gosh. I can't even tell you how many years. But it's been a long time. I've done a lot of regular wreaths, what I call like evergreen wreaths, or, you know, sometimes grapevines years ago before I got started in doing the mesh before it got really popular. And so that's what I started doing in that. And I did some florals. I did a lot of swags, of floral swags like you would hang over a sofa or over a door or something like that. That was a lot of things, a lot of floral baskets and, you know, just whatever, and painting and that kind of thing, because it was just something that I was into. And so it just kind of evolved over the years where you just do, kind of whatever's in your heart at the time, or whatever's new that comes out. You like to try new things and different things. So that's kind of what I did. I've just been a crafter, making something fun all the time. And it's made me money over the years. It's pulled me out of situations over the years. There's been times when I didn't craft for a while. Like I told you earlier, I'm a gospel singer and I traveled the road for a long time, and until we moved here to Texas, and then I haven't been traveling doing that since we moved here. But that I did a lot of things and made them and put them on my product table when I was selling my CDs and different things like that. So crafting has always been a part of my life, and just I think different things, different years that you do, and you just kind of whatever is going on or whatever comes to your mind that you can make that's different or that you like. As long as you're having fun and you like it, that's all that matters. So that's how the creative spirit works, I guess. I'm just thankful to have a creative spirit that I can do something. And, you know, it's funny because for so many years I'd make things and I would either sell them or give them as gifts. And people would come into my house and there really hardly wasn't anything in my house that I did for myself, because I always either sold it or gave it as gifts. So I do have a few things now, a very few right now, but if that's in the house. But sometimes I think us crafters are guilty with that. We always make stuff and get rid of it. We don't keep it for our own self. So, but it's fun and I like it. And hopefully other people will get to learn and see the things that I make, and they might learn to like it too. I hope so. This is silver mesh. Who was asking? Oh my goodness, whoever said that about my hair, bless your little heart. I threw it up tonight because I tell you what, it's been cold and I kept turning the heat up today, but I get hot when I'm in this craft room working. Y'all know how that goes. And so I threw it up because I didn't want it in my face. It's long and it's kind of a mess. And I was sitting down here tonight, or this afternoon, I was kind of testing out my camera angle. And so I turned it on my camera and was looking at there, and I said, oh my Lord, my hair washes right out with the wall behind me. That doesn't really look very good because you can't hardly see my head. But I guess that might be a good thing if you can't see my head. So, but yeah, it's kind of thrown up on top of my head in a big mess right now. It's windy outside here, and that's the way West Texas normally is windy. So most of the time it stays up like this, unless I'm going to church or something. A lot of times at church it's like this. They probably think I don't have any hair because it's always in the top of my head. I said I look like Pebbles Flintstone most of the days, but that's okay. It's all right. But thank you for the nice compliment. I appreciate that. Maybe one day in my life I will fix it so it really looks like hair. I will do that. Well, we're getting these ribbon ties on here for sure, and it's getting colorful. Okay. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Lynn. Chocolate fudge. I made a different kind of fudge this past week. It was holiday fudge and it was really good. It had marshmallows and it had M&Ms in it. Everybody liked it. It was good. I like that. And I haven't made biscuits since Thanksgiving, but they sound good. Oh, hi, Bev. my childhood friend that we started this school together. Oh my gosh, we're old, aren't we, Beverly? Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you did. Hi, Rosaria. My goodness. Hello, everybody. Alert means you want to be alerted next time she goes live. Yes, we'll try to do that too. Oh, Cindy, you're so sweet. Thank you. I don't have it set up yet, but I'm going to try to get that done. But I've been trying to post it everywhere I can. So I will try to post again. Y'all just keep watching my page on Rita's Wreath Barn, and you will see when I'm going live again, because I'll always post it, and I'll give you as much notice as I can. So until I get the alerts set up, then we'll have to do it that way. But I appreciate y'all asking, and y'all just jumping on here to be with me, especially on my first live doing this wreath. And I am just so excited about this, and I hope that y'all are going to like it when it's done, because we're getting close. And Beverly's in South Carolina, and like I said, we started to school together. Our grandparents were friends and worked together. Our mom and dad, both of our mom and dads were friends. And oh my goodness, we go back many, many, many years. Many, many, many years. Too many years we don't want to talk about, right, Bev? Right. But you know, by God's grace, it is so good that we can still keep up with people. We can still be friends. We might not see each other every day, but it's great to have friends. It's great to have, you know, people that you know that that you can call on and that you can keep in touch with. It's so fun. So I just thank all of y'all, because you know we're in Texas here and we don't really know a lot of people, except at our church. Basically, that's where we hang out all the time, and so we don't really get to meet a lot of other people. So my husband works, and I don't work, so I'm at home. So there's not a lot of opportunity to meet other people, other than through the groups here, like Lori's group, her design group, and her success group, which I am so thankful to be a part of both. And I don't know if Lori's still even on here or not. She was earlier, but she was trying to catch a lot of lives tonight. So I know there's other people. And thank you to Casey, because I know she has her own live tonight, and she popped in to say hi. So I appreciate those that are making the effort to support me tonight. So thank you all for doing that. But yeah, it's fun. I've got friends because of the us moving a lot, and have over the years I have sung in so many states and many places that I am blessed to have friends in so many states and so many different venues and places. So it is a wonderful thing, and I'm very blessed and happy for that, because I know that there's somebody they can always, you know, call and talk to, or say hi, or something. Or we text a lot. We are on Facebook a lot, so that's cool. And now I get to meet more on my lives. How fun. Who else did I miss? Julie. Hi, Julie. Another one of my friends from church. So I am glad. Are y'all liking this so far? Look at all the color that's coming together. We're almost done here. We're just about getting to the... Yeah. This is a big project. Normally, if it was a regular wreath, we'd be closer to finish. But there's 20 ties on here. That takes a lot, you know. And for those of you who might have come in late, we just got 12-inch ribbon ties. I've got 3 different ribbons that I've cut. And I've just stacked them in, and I'm twist tying them in on our wreath project. And to give it some fullness and some bright color. And they are cut to 12 inches. You can do 14, you can do 13, you can do whatever you like. I just happen to like the 12, and especially for this project. Now, I do some other things, but most of the time I do 12s. And most of the time I do 3. That's just because it's my taste and that's what I like. Sometimes I will add even a 4th one when I make the bow and put on here, because I just want something a little bit extra in that bow. But you can do whatever you like. You can make it your own. You can make it your way. Make it whatever you feel. So I hope some of you will get inspired by this cross and by this method, and that you will take it upon yourself to try this, because it's so pretty. And I tell you, I bet you that wherever you live, whatever state or town that you're in, I'll bet you if you made some crosses and you put them in your Etsy shop or whatever, your Shopify, whatever you have, I bet you that you will see them sell, and I bet people will like them. And I think people not only want them in their home, but they might get them for their churches. And so I think it's a wonderful thing. So I think it's fun. And I'm just I don't know. I just got onto these because I started doing them years ago, and I liked them, and I just haven't seen anybody do them. But I kind of maybe from the old school, so I like to bring it back. Bring it back. Maybe it will be a new flavor for somebody here too. And I thank y'all once again for sharing and for liking my Rita's Wreath Barn page. If you haven't gone there and liked it, I would appreciate it if you did. And since we're doing lives on that page, that is my business page, and you'll see I have other things that are in my for sale shop on there. You'll see some, you can't see too much behind me. I've got wreaths hanging all over the room here. So all of them are not even on my shop in Facebook yet because I haven't stopped long enough to write them up and put them on there. But I will try to get the rest of them on there. I've just made some new ones, and I've got another one that's partially finished that's I got to get on there. I've got 2 more sitting here in front of me that I need to get going and get on there. And so I'm working slowly but surely. I'm getting there. But check out my shop and look at it. Maybe there's something that you like on there. And I thank you for sharing to your timeline or your friends and whoever that you can tell about my page, and maybe they'll check it out as well. There will be new things coming and new things to do, and there will be other lives and some fun stuff, so you never know what we might do next. And I've got a couple of things picked out over here, but you know, could change my mind before that goes out. So, and I will get another live next week. I'm just not sure how long they're going to keep my computer, so and all that. So we will get that worked out next week. So we are just about there, folks. Just about there. And then we just make a bow, and we'll be about done. I'll show you a little another technique that I'm going to use with the tubing. That's going to be, I don't see too many people doing the way that I'm going to do this tonight. I see a lot of people put in the tubing, but I'm going to do it a little bit different than some people do. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be to your liking, and maybe you'll want to try it as well. But nothing hard. All just simple, fun. But it adds so much, I think. So we're just going to play with that here in just a minute, as soon as we get the rest of these ties in. We're just about to the end. So, thank you, Sandy Pastor. I know she's been probably fielding some questions out there. I've seen her answer a few, and Cindy Harrell as well. Y'all have been answering some things for me. A ribbon haul at Costco and Sam's. Oh, wow. Huh. Alicia, good for you. I hope you got some fun stuff. I'm missing a lot of these. Okay, the colors are, oh, thank you. From India. Oh, my goodness. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you stopped in to watch the live tonight. Yay. Thanks. Thanks. That is so fun. India. How awesome. I'm glad that we're getting out on Facebook then. That's a good thing. It's working so far. I couldn't even get on the live earlier. Oh, I had such a time. Y'all would have laughed at me, but it wasn't funny then because I was about in tears. And I was already sad and upset with the death I had just found out about. And then my husband got in here trying to help me. He says, I don't know anything about this thing. You better call somebody. Poor Lori. I had to ring her phone again because I couldn't get Facebook Live to come up. I had a horrible time. Y'all, it's been a day. I wish I'd had a camera on me to get through this day with all the things that I have gone through today, and plus had a plumbing problem to boot. Don't you know that everything had to back up today? And Oh my goodness, at least it wasn't our fault. It was something else in the neighborhood that caused it. But then they finally got it fixed. Thank heavens. Oh, it was just, my day was not going as planned, let me tell you. And I was being so smart because yesterday I got in here. Actually, I had all my ribbons cut, had all my mesh cut. I had everything ready. I cleaned up the craft room, had my table cleared. I was ready for tonight, Betty. I was ready for bear. And then everything started going wrong today. You know how that goes. Just like a domino theory. When one thing goes, everything goes. That's kind of what happened today. But you know what? God is good. God is good. And He's getting us through it. And He's helping us make something pretty. And I'm so thankful and so blessed. I'm thankful that He's in my life, and I'm thankful that He gives me a creative spirit to be able to do this. So I'm very blessed. All right, we've got about a couple of more ribbons to put in here, and then we are done. And we get to the finish line. Yay! Yay! I'm glad y'all are hanging in there with me. That's wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad that you like this project enough to hang in there and see it through to the end. Thank y'all. And if y'all just join me, like I said, we are doing 12-inch ribbon tails on. I've got 3 different ribbons that I decided to use on this project. And I'm just kind of tying them in there, a couple of good ties. And I'm leaving room because we're going to tie in something else here in just a second. But it will go a lot faster when we tie that in. So it will be fun, and it will add just another dimension to this project. So we're just about ready to start it too. Just about ready. This is my last ribbon tie. Yay, we made it around this big old wreath, this big old cross. It's not really a wreath. I mean, they call it a wreath, but it's not really. All right. And for those of you, I've been asking everybody where they're from, and y'all have been gracious to share that with us here tonight. And for those of you who don't know me, I've got a lot of friends on here right now, but some that don't know me, I'm originally from the Carolinas. I was born in South Carolina, raised in North Carolina. That's where most of my whole life's been spent, is North Carolina, and I have a lot of friends back there. And so I miss them terribly. We are in West Texas right now for the last couple of years due to a job transfer for my husband. And so we are just hanging out in the heat of West Texas. But I'm glad to still have friends that are still come around and hang out with me. So now we're going to get to the tubing that I promised. Yay, I'm opening another bag because I know that I'm going to need it. Okay, all right, this is tubing. In case you don't know, it looks like kind of a spider web mess right now, but this one I already had opened because I used partially something else. I don't even know what I put it on, but I'm going to use this up and then I'll go to the new bag. So here's what I like to do. Let me find the end of this thing because sometimes it's a crazy mess. Oh, let me see what everybody's saying here, and I'm missing everybody's comments. I don't know if you're asking me, Cindy, if I've done angel wings, or if you're asking someone else. My answer is no, I have not. I would love to. I need to watch somebody do that, though. So what was that? Did the same restock, the same stuff they had before? Went to Sam's and Costco. Oh, okay, you're still talking about the ribbon. I know, I'm missing all those good sales. When I checked ours here at Sam's, they were just about out of everything. They didn't have anything left. Of course, I think I'm guilty because I bought a good bit of it. So I can't complain. All right, here's the deal now with, let me just show you guys this since we got this part done and let you look at our progress so far. So what do you think? There you go. See how full that is now? And see all the color that's added? Now we started with the silver base. and the poofs. But look at this thing. Is it not gorgeous? How can you not like those? I just love them. I don't know. I fell in love with these many years ago, and I've been making a lot. So, we're going to add the tubing, and this is just flex tubing here. And, oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Oh, thanks, Bev. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad y'all are liking this. Makes me feel a lot better. Now, here's what I like to do. Some people will make just like a little bow kind of thing. All you do is you just kind of start it like this, and then you just make a bow and just hold it, and then you would just cut it off right here and tie the bow in. Now, you know me, I got to be a little bit different than everybody else. So here's what I like to do. I like to take it, and I like to fold and make my little bow, and I like to leave it because it doesn't matter where you start. You can start anywhere you want. And I'm going to go tie it into one of my ties. And I'm going to twist that pretty good 2 or 3 times to finish that off, because this is the last thing that we're going to put in this tie. And then I'm going to bend the ends of the ties down, each of them on the side, just so they don't stick up and they don't get, stand out. So, and it will help keep everything secured in there. Now, here's what we're going to do. I did not cut this, as you will see. I like a drape effect. Now, that's just me. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it and cut it and just put little bow ties in there, whatever you want to do. And I don't do it for every project. I do it different. Sometimes I just make the little bows. But for these particular crosses, I really like the drape effect. And what I mean by that is I just drape it over to my next tie. I like to leave a little looseness so you can see that there's a little loop there. And then I want to make my little bow tie just like you would normally do to tie it in. And I want a little bit left there so it'll be loopy to just hang out. And then I'm going to tie it down into the next one and tie it 2 or 3 times to make sure it's secure, because you don't want it to come out if it's hanging on somebody's wall or the door. Excuse me. Okay. And you do the same thing as you go around, and you don't leave a lot. You don't want it really hanging out here, but hang just enough so it's loose and you can see a little tiny loop effect. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of water here. Okay, and this goes rather fast, so I leave a little bit of a loop, and I just start my little bow and tie it in. And you don't have to make them huge. You don't have to make them really small or really big. You can just judge however you want them in there, okay? Okay, let's tie this one down. And you'll see the effect of it when we get done, what a difference that it does make and how it adds to the project. So it's a real cool thing. Okay. Now, sometimes you will get a funky piece of ribbon in there. And if it's got a bend or a kink in it that's not going to look good in your project, you can cut it. Sometimes you can work around it. So if you can work around it, then work around it and keep it all in one piece. If you can't, then you got to do something different. But I think I might be able, there's one right there, and I'm trying to work it out where I can work around that kink. Sometimes it happens in manufacturing and they get kinked up. It's nothing that you need to be concerned about, but I just don't like the kink part sticking out. If it happens to be in a tie, then that's okay. But sometimes you can work around that and it won't be a problem. Okay? There you go. All right, on we go. On we go. Okay. And sometimes you got to do it more than once. If you don't leave enough to drape, you got to go back and fix it. So it's kind of a catch-22 here. It's how you do this. Because everyone is different. It depends on how they fall in here and how they're doing. So, and I know that y'all can't get a really close-up shot, and I'm so sorry about that. And hopefully, when in my future lives, we'll do better here and get a better camera angle for you. Okay, I'm gonna get a little loop going, and there we go. Tie that down and try to keep all my ribbons from being smushed. Okay, now you can see the effect of this kind of sticking up just a little bit, and it's going to look so good when it's all done because you're going to have that extra dimension coming out of your wreath. So it's worth the little bit of extra effort or time to put in this, and I think it is anyway, because it just makes the project so pretty when it's done. So, how are y'all liking this so far? Don't the colors look good, though? I don't know. I guess I'm just a purple fanatic, but I love them. And I think it's gorgeous using these colors. Okay, and we just turn those little tip ends down of the twist ties when we're done, because that way we're not going to use them anymore, and we want them just folded down so they're not something that sticks out and is visible. Okay, and we're just going to try to loop over here and do our next one, and you have to turn these things a little bit. Sometimes they get in the way. Alrighty, there you go. And the more those things stick up, I think it's just the prettier they are. I mean, it's just gorgeous in here. Alright, let's see. We got to leave a little bit more than that to make it stand out and make it pretty. Are y'all still with me over there? I gotta look back and see what y'all are. I'm missing all y'all's conversation over there. I feel like I'm talking to myself here. Since I can't hear y'all, I mean, I know you're on there, but I can't hear you. It's a 27-inch cross. A 27-inch. Yeah. Yes. Aren't those ribbons pretty, Cindy? Yes, they are. I will tell you where the ribbons came from. Well, they're actually different places. The this ribbon right here, let's see, I can show you better this way. This ribbon and this ribbon I got from Craft Outlet. Now, I don't know if they still have it, if they have any more. Or, no, I take that back. Sorry, this one from Craft Outlet. These two here were from Michelle's Adorable Creations. And she is actually has an online store. It's huge, and she is in my area. I happen to drive over there and just purchase stuff from her just in person. Now, but she's a big online store. She's on Facebook. She has a website. She's on Shopify, and so y'all can look at that. Michelle's Adorable, and that's ADOORABLE Creations. And that's where those ribbons came from. And then the dotted one, the polka dot one, came from Craft Outlet. So it's just, you know, wherever you can find the ribbons that you like. And I was trying to find something to go with and match this. And so, because I already had the mesh, and I had to try to find, there's so many different colors of purple. I mean, it's crazy. And the things I had didn't go. And so, you know, you just have to keep looking until you find the right thing. And so that's what I did, and that's where those came from. So, and like I said, Michelle is on Facebook, The Adorable Creations. She is on Facebook, and you can look her up there. Now, see, I'm at the end of this right now, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut that back right there, and I'm going to start a new one. And what I'm going to do is, oh, that's got some kinks in it. Let's just cut those off right now, because I don't want those in there. See, sometimes they come on a roll and they get all kinked up. You can't use those. They're worthless, so I just cut them off. Now, if you have to end something, I like it to still flow, so I'll go back in the last one where I had to cut it off, and I will just kind of untwist that just a little bit, enough to get this one in there. And I won't leave it sticking out very much, but I will put that in there so I can continue, and then you won't even be able to see where I stopped or started, and just continue making your little loops right on around until you get to the end. So sometimes you do run out, and you have to just make allowances. You guys will figure that out when you get to the point. But it's very easy. It's no stress or anything, and it's easy to do. Just tie them in there just like it never was broken. So there you go. So easy. Don't y'all think this was an easy project to do, though? I mean, there's nothing unusually difficult about it or anything like that. I think it's fun. It's something unique and different, but yet you don't have to stress about what to put on it, how to dress it out. I think it's just really an easy project. It might take a little bit more time, but yet when you think about, you don't have to attach different embellishments. You don't have to attach signs or anything. You know, you could just make it your own and do, unless you wanted embellishments, and you could do that. And I tell you something that would be really pretty, and I've got a roll over there, and I just didn't, I wanted to do the purple tonight, so that I chose that. But if y'all have seen the really gorgeous ribbon that says Amazing Grace on it, those ribbons are just gorgeous, and they would be wonderful for this project, to do your bow and to tie in for the ribbon tails on this. So if you've got any of those kind of ribbons, the spiritual ribbons like that you have found, that would be gorgeous to put on these crosses. And I will do one later on. I'll probably do a smaller one. I won't do as big a one, but I will do that. And I do have the ribbon over there. I just haven't found the right colorings that I want to do. And you can get those ribbons. I know Craft Outlet has it, and probably Sam's more than likely does. And you can get those in different colors as well. And we've got another kink that I'm going to have to get rid of. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to have to cut out a kink here. Oh, that just is not a good thing. Oh my, now I got to go find and reattach here. Sorry. But you do what you got to do. Sometimes things don't go as planned. But it's all right. We shall get it done. Yes, we will. We're just about there. All we got to do is make a bow and we're done. Yay. I just appreciate y'all's time for hanging out with me tonight. Fun. And maybe next time I'll be better hostess. I can do have more conversation with you guys and have a better view for you. I hope so. But right now we work with what we have, and I'm very thankful for it. So, there you go. We're just about there. Just about. Got 2 or 3 more ties here, and we are ready to make a bow. Yay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oops, that one wasn't right. Let's do that again. Okay. Okay. Well, I can't wait to go back and look at this replay and see all the people that were on here and all the comments, because I'm missing all the fun stuff. And you guys are having a good time over there. I know you are. And I'm having a good time too making this wreath for y'all, but I am missing your comments. Oh my goodness, look at this crazy tubing. I gotta cut a bunch out again. Okay, this is not fun. I usually never have this kind of mess, but you know, manufacturers sometimes can make mistakes too. So let's just retie this and get it going here. All right. Hopefully, we've only got a couple of ties or so left here, so maybe we won't have to tie that off again. I hope not. Hopefully we can get through the rest of it here. All right. Let's see. I think we got 2 more ties and then we're done. And oh my word, I've got kinks again. I am so angry about this stuff. I mean, you pay for something and then you have to lose half of it. Not good. But right when you need it to work, you know how that goes. Right when you need it to work. Okay. I'm going to get this in there and we're going to get this tied up. There we go. Now just remember, when you're doing your little ties, little bow ties here, just to leave a little extra, a little loop thing. I am caught on something and I can't get it up. There you go. Okay. There we go. Let's give a little bit more here. There we go. This has made such a difference in this project, putting this tubing on, because I know it seems like it's a pain. I've had to stop and start a lot, and normally that does not happen, but it's just been a strange roll here that we've gotten, so, you know, it is what it is, and we're almost done, so we're going to get there. Okay. All right, we are at the end, and I'm going to tie this one to this loop right here, and then we will be finished. And all right, so we have a loop. Now, let me just let you guys see what we have now, and you can see the difference that the tubing made. I'll try to get it a little closer so you can see. You see, look at the dimension, and that added it's just enough different shade of purple to make it stand out. And you've got the little loopy ties that go around there, because if you just made a bow and tied it in there with that, you wouldn't see it very much. But because you looped it out and just kind of strung it through, and it adds a different dimension to your wreath, and it just adds that sparkle because the tubing it shines, and so you've added a nice sparkle to your project. I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, let's lay that aside for right now, and it's time to make a bow, and then we're done. We are done. All right. we are going to use the easy bow tonight. For many years, I always made bows by hand, and anymore, it just hurts my hands a good bit to do that. So I do make them from time to time if I have to, but we're going to use the easy bow tonight just because it's easy. Hey, what can I say? And so we're going to do this tonight and see how that goes. Hey, let me see what y'all are doing over here. I do not have a Pro Bow, Cindy, and I'm not even sure that I could use it right if I had it. I really like this easy bow, and I'm all for easy. Trust me. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yes, get the easy bow because you will really like it. And I tell you, I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and they still have a whole bunch of them hanging on the shelf, even though their whole Christmas shelf is empty in my neighborhood. But they had a whole bunch of the easy bows left. Now, I had one for a long time, but I lost my dowel sticks, and I know they're here somewhere, but I can't find them. It's one of those things you put them up and don't know where you put them. So I had to go buy a new easy bow, but they're really inexpensive, and you use your coupon, and you can get them for like $5, so it's cool. And there is a number on here on the easy bow. It's 865-436-3868. And that is for the lady that invented these or whatever, and you can call her, and I'm sure order straight from her if your Hobby Lobby doesn't have them. They do not sell them at the Michaels here in my area. I don't know if they do anywhere else, but Hobby Lobby has them only at seasonal time. So if you don't get it now, you won't get one till Christmas probably. But if you do want it, you can call that number, and I'm sure order it from her. I don't know her name, sorry, but anyway, if you call, you can find out. Yes, your hands do not cramp. I know mine do when I'm trying to make them by hand, especially if you got a lot of ribbons and it's hard to hold and you got any arthritis problems, which I do a little bit. So we just, we take the easy road, and that's what this is. That's why I call it easy bow. Okay, we're going to do 3 bows, or 3 ribbons here, the same ones we used in the ribbon ties. And you can do, I actually like to do on this one, I like a little bit of a longer tail. I can cut them where I want to. So instead of doing 8, you've got numbers on the easy bow here all the way to 8, but I'm going to extend mine a little bit. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it a little bit extra. So I'm going to do it, I think I'm going to do a 12-inch tail. And then I can cut them because that's a long cross. You wouldn't do that for a shorter version, but because of the long cross, that's what I think I'm going to do. So we just put it in there. We put our tails out. However long you want to make your tails, you can make them. And we just, all you got to do is just twist your ribbon when you lay it down. Let me pull some of this out here. Twist your ribbon so you've got, here you can pull your tail down here so it's right there and you don't have to worry about it. And then you just make a twist on your ribbon right there, and then you just fold it back over and put it in between. And I believe I'm going to do a 7-inch on this bow. I'm going to do 7 inches. This is a pretty big cross. I did the one I'm going to show you here in a minute. I did 8 inches on it, and it was fine. It worked. But I'm going to try 7 on this one. So I'm going to start with 7. So I put it in, and I'm going to twist again because we want to make our little bows. And I'll do 7 to make sure that I am the same as the other side. And I twist again, and I mash it down. Okay. And you just pull those down just a little bit. And so there you can start your process here. And we're going to do 3. We'll do them at the same length, which was 7. And we're going to twist that one again. And do the same thing over here on this side. Now, I don't mind telling you I am not the world's best bow maker, but I get the job done. And we do what we got to do to get by, right? Oh, we may not get 3 here. I don't know if we will. I might have to back off on this one because I'm running out of ribbon. Oh, I thought it was more on that spool than that. Okay, let me see if I do. I don't think I won't get that. Let me back up. See, I tell you, when you want to do something, you got to start over. Let me just back it up to 6. Maybe I can do it that way. Or I can shorten my ribbon. Let me shorten my ribbon tail a little bit. Okay. I'll shorten it to 10. Okay. Shorten it to 10. I'm making a big mess here, y'all. Sorry. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do to get by. We got to do what we got to do. Hey, if one thing don't work, something else will. So we'll make 6-inch bows. And we hopefully will get by with it, enough of it. Wow. See, that's what happens when you make a big project and you don't buy extra ribbon. I'm so used to knowing how much ribbon goes into one project, and then here I get something that's so big and I forget, and then I get down to the very bottom and I don't have enough. That's not a good thing. But we're going to make it work. I'm telling you, we are. We will make it work. Somehow. We will. Yes, we will. Okay. Okay. Hopefully we'll get all 3 of these loops in here before we run out of ribbon. I'm telling you. The way this day's gone, it doesn't surprise me. But, you know, God is good. We'll get this done. We will get it. We will get it. And we are just making sure our loops are the same. And the last one we do not have to turn because it is our loop. And we ended up with a tiny bit extra. Isn't that just cool? See? So we just backed it off to 6-inch loops, which is fine, and that will work. It will be all right. It will be all right. Now, I'm going to move these down a little bit because I am going to separate and make my bow where I know where I'm going with it here. And I just separate it from the first one I started. I pulled it down. The second one I pull it up. And if you do that, it kind of helps you get these in a place where they need to be. And it just helps you handle it a little bit better. And then you can see your numbers where you need to go for your next ribbon. Now, I hope I got enough. We'll do what we got to do. Okay? Okay. Okay. If we run out of ribbon here, I'm going to be highly upset. Okay. We can match the ribbon tails to about where this one is, so we know what we got to do. And we're going to twist it again. Okay, we're going to leave our tail down here. And we're going to twist it because you want your wrong side up. If you don't, you won't have your loop right. So we'll bring the loop back in. We're going to stay around the 6-inch mark just like we did, okay, for this one as well. Turn the bow, twist it. These satin ribbons I do not like as well to make the bows out of because they're slick and they're a little bit hard to deal with. I would much rather have the linen or the fabric type ribbon, but this is what I found that matched, so I have to use it. You know, sometimes we have to struggle a little bit. Okay? Do what we gotta do. So, we go back over here and make another loop. Okay, we're making 2 loops on this one. Okay. And, okay. do not have to twist it because we're going to only make 2. And you know what? We could make 3. Since we didn't make very big bows, we could do 3 and 3. But I like the 3 and 2. So let's just stay with that. We'll just do that. All right, let me cut this off. So we got 2 loops there. And we had just a tad left. Not very much, but a little bit. Okay, last ribbon. Here we go. All right, let's just spread these out now so we can put these in between the other ones and kind of get them a little bit spread out. Okay, just spread them out a little bit so they help us when we go to fluff our ribbon out. Okay, let me get my ribbon tail down here. We'll start with the 3rd ribbon. We're going to twist that. And we're going to come around, and this is a better ribbon, it's a stiffer ribbon, so it's a little bit easier to work with. I'm going to come in just a little bit. It's not going to be 6. I'm going to move it to 5 to 5.5, right in there. I'm going to come in just a little bit and make it a little bit shorter, okay? Because this is our last bow, or I mean our last one. It's our top one. So we're going to come in just a little bit and do that. All right. And we're doing the 3, 2, and 1 on this, but I'm going to put a little center loop. So I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to make a small loop just so we have a little bit of a center and you won't have a big gap in there. And you don't have to do that. You can put a piece of this ribbon around it and cover it up. Or if you're going to put like an ornament or a flower or something in the center, you wouldn't have to. But since I'm not going to use anything else, I'm going to go ahead and make a small loop in the center. And I don't know, it might be, what, a couple of inches or something like that. It'll just be a small one to end us up with a little loop here. Okay. All right, so we've got a 3, and we've got a 2, and we've got a 1, and that's basically what we did on the 3 different colors. Okay, and so I am just going to cut this off. I may have to cut it a little shorter later after we tie it off, but that'll be all right too. We'll do that. Get me a zip tie and a pipe cleaner. And what are we doing over here? Yes, I'm glad somebody's explaining what I'm doing over here because I can't watch both things at one time. So thank you very much, you guys, for helping me over there. We're going to go underneath the bow with a pipe cleaner. Let me turn it because I've got it turned wrong. There we go. Underneath the bow with the pipe cleaner, and we're going to just zip tie it here. I'm not a pipe cleaner, but a zip tie, I'm sorry. And we're not going to tighten it down all the way, but we're going to get it enough so we can pull it off of here without losing our bow. And then we're done with this for right now, so we can put that over there. Make sure that this is right in the center where you took it off of the board. And we're not going to tie it all the way down yet. We're going to, you know what I did? I missed my tie. I did. I'll put another tie on it. It's okay. I missed my tie. Started off my tie wrong. Oh, crazy me. I have never done that. In all the years I've made bows, I have never ever left out a tail. But I did. But you know what? I'm going to fix it because we can fix all things. We're crafters. That's what we do. That's what we do. I'm going to fix another tail. And I'm going to put it behind here because nobody will ever know I did it. Except y'all. Please don't tell. Everybody knows that I'm going to make a mistake somewhere, so it's okay. But we've got it, we've got it, we've got it. And I'm going to cut a piece. And I'm going to tie it in just because I can. I don't know why I didn't make a tail, but I did not. How crazy of me. And I'm going to slip it in here under the back. I'm going to do it this way. If you turn this over, I am going to slip this in. I know y'all think I'm nuts, but that's okay because I am, and I'm a crafter, so I can do whatever I want to. And so can y'all. But I work this in, and I'll work it under there, and then I'll pull this wherever I want it. So there. And when it's tied down and it's tightened, well, no one will ever know that Rita screwed up. So, there you go. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and I'm going to run it right underneath where I have the zip tie in the back, because that's how I'm going to attach it to my cross. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on before I tighten down that, and then we'll be all good to go. So y'all just go ahead and laugh at me now. It's okay, because I've been laughed at before, and it won't be the last time. So I don't care, because I'll probably laugh at myself about this stupid mistake I made. But see, I fixed it. There's 2 ties on the front. Now nobody will ever know. So there's always a way. We make a way where there is no way. There you go. All right, let me pull that really, really tight. Okay. That's all the strength I have. So it's tight. It's tight. Ain't going anywhere. And let me get this cut off. And hopefully this bow, when we're done, will be pretty. I told you I wasn't world's best bow maker. But you know what? We're going to do what we got to do. And we're going to make it work. Now I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to trim up this little piece that I left on the end, because that's underneath. You'll never see this. And that's what crafters do. So when we open that up and see, it'll be hidden. You'll never know. And now I know a lot of the crafters that are on here, they use the, my secret safe, thank you, Leslie. It's okay. Hey, crafters make something out of nothing. So that's what we do. We cover up our own mistakes. Sometimes we have to, you know. Hey, I wasn't going to go back and lose this bow after all the work I just did on that thing. I was going to make it work somehow. You know, it's not the first screw up I've done. It won't be the last. See, look, I've got ribbon tails and you don't even know it, that I did it. Now, a lot of you crafters out there have a fluff box, and y'all are blessed. I do not have one of those at this point, but I will have one of those. I just have not gotten it. I have done this so many years and done it myself, and I guess you just kind of get used to the old ways, you know. And the fluff box is a lot easier for those of you who might not know what that is. It's a square box, and it has a couple of nails on it. You can hook your bow on there, and you can just pull that thing and mess with it and turn it and twist it and turn it every way but loose until you get it all fluffed out and pretty. But, you know, when you don't have it, you just do it the old-fashioned way. You just pull it, jerk it around, open these up and fluff them and do the best you can. So it will be all good when it's on there. It will work out. I know it looks funky at first when you're doing it, and it looks like it's never going to come together, but you know how this cross looked when we started. It looked like a hot mess, just like me. But we got through it. We fixed it. We even are fixing my screw up on my bow, but it's working. It's working. It's working. Thank you. And it will be okay. It will be okay. I promise you it will be okay. All right. See, it's looking all better. See there? And I kind of, now, you know, on a lot of projects that we do, y'all know how you'll take the ribbon tails and put them in the back, put them on the side or in the front, and I do that too. For the cross one, I usually leave them all in the front. And I don't know, you don't have to. Y'all can put the ribbon tails wherever y'all want them ribbon tails. But I have just done these so many times, I guess, and I kind of like the ribbon tails all hanging in front because you want your focal point to be the center of that cross, and that's kind of where we are and how it goes. So this is just my choice of where to put them, and I'm not going to trim all this. I am going to cut this off a little bit, but I'm not going to trim all of them until I get them on the cross and see if I want to cut them shorter, if I want to roll them up, or what I want to do with them. Because sometimes I don't know until I get it on the project. So, and then I'll fluff more as we go. So here we go. Our final thing is going on this wreath. And let's see if we can put this bow, even with all my mistakes, and put this bow. Now we've got our little chenille stem right there, and that's what we're going to put down through the mesh, and we're going to tie it to the frame, and so it will work. Now, what I like to do, let me see if I can just show you where I'm going to put this. I actually like it to go right in the center, right here, of this. And that's where I kind of like it to hit. Now, you can put it wherever you want to on yours, you know, and especially if you've got other embellishments or whatever it is that you're going to do. So, y'all just have at it and do whatever. I'm going to just stick it down in here, and I'm going to try to hit a happy medium here on where this goes and see if I can get all my little pipe cleaners down in there, so I can tie this puppy off and not have it sinking into my wreath here. Because I want it to pop up. I don't want it to be sunken in there. These poofs are so big, sometimes it's hard to get in there. But let me just see. We're almost done here. We're at the end. And I want y'all to see the finished product. Let me make sure that that's going to be centered enough. All right. Now, I'm caught. Oh my goodness. I am caught everywhere. It's catching on my clothes. Don't y'all just love this mesh? Just catches on everything. Okay. All righty. Now, what I've done is brought it around to the back, and I've got it on one of the frames, and I'm just going to twist tie that in there really good. Then I will take these ends, fold them down, and I will hide them down in the mesh, so you will not even know that they're there. So it will be around the frame, and you won't even see it. So there. Now let's look at the front and what we got to do to fluff out this craziness of this bow. Okay. And then we can cut our tails off and put them wherever we would like them to land. And see, we even have two tails here when we didn't think we were going to have any tails because I messed up. But, you know, when you're a crafter, you learn how to repair. You learn how to fix mistakes. Do we not, girls? Y'all know. And don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. Please don't judge. Okay. We're going to fluff this out just a little bit and see where we are and what I got to do with these tails. And then I think we're just about done here. I hope y'all have enjoyed this project tonight. And I hope that you will try one of these on your own. And I know you'll love it. I really do, because it's a kind of a fun thing to do, and it's different. And all right, these tails just don't want to go in the right place here, and I'm going to move them. There we go. Now that's better. Okay. I don't know what I knocked off, but I knocked off my scissors. That's why I got to have. Can't work without the scissors, y'all. Okay. Let me just show y'all what this is before I cut the tails off. Okay, you see how that's coming together? And like I said, you can put this bow wherever you like. You can put it as high or as low as you want it to go. And I'm going to trim these tails. You can take them and you can take them like this and you can roll them and have them do that way. I kind of like to trim mine most of the time. I do roll sometimes. It just depends on what I'm making. On this particular project, I think there's enough going on that I can just trim them out. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to dovetail them until I get them a place where I think I like them. All right. And I won't do them all the same length. I will just kind of make them all a little bit different. Not going to take much off of that one. Okay. And this one I'm going to leave a little bit longer. You just fold them in half and cut them on the fold side. And I may go a little bit shorter on that one. Okay. And let's take a little bit off of this one as well. Okay, and two more over here. Let's see where we want them to land. And you can move these around. You'll always fuss with these until you see where you want them to land and where you want them to do. And I know I always do. I keep fussing with them. But that's just the way we crafters are. We just see something else and we do something else and we're always trying to fix it. Are we not? Always trying to fix it. Okay. Alrighty. Girls, let's just see where we are here. Now let's just let me hold this up and let you see this. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you. All right. Okay. There we go, girls. We're all done. Look at that. See, it took us a little longer because this is a big project. You normally can do a wreath in an hour, but when this is 27 inches and you got all this territory and all this stuff to put on, and you can still embellish it if you wanted to put something out on the sides or add a little to the top, you can do that. It depends on what you like. So what do you think? Anybody? And you can do, like I said, you can wrap your tails, you can fold them, you can cut them, you can do whatever you want. But I think the colors are great and I think it really turned out nice. The purple and the silver. I'm going to show y'all the other one I promised to show you that I did the other night. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Joanne. Thanks, Ginger and Dee Dee. Yep, I'm going to show you the other one right now. And Linda, thank y'all so much. I'm glad y'all like it because it is a different project. Okay. Let me just trade this because these are going to be in my way here. Hold on. All right, there's the gold one. That's the one I did the other night. There's the gold one. And I had a white. I used the white on the back, and it was a white frame. And it's the very same size as the 27 inch. And look at the big, huge gold bow in the center. That was an 8-inch bow. I did make it larger. I had more ribbon to use on this one. So what do you think about the gold? You like that, guy? The gold on this one? I think it's gorgeous. And you can make your streamers to hang way down here if you'd like. And see, I have the tinsel on this as well. You can see how it just adds the dimension to it. And it just makes the color pop. So there you go. I appreciate y'all so much. I know it's been a long one. I didn't intend for it to be, but I am so thankful that y'all hung in there with me and that you showed up to watch me tonight. I really appreciate it. It was a fun for a first live, and yeah, we got through it. It's been a rough day all the way around. Thank you all again for your prayers for my family. And thank you for watching, for coming in on Rita's Wreath Barn and spending a couple hours with me. And maybe hopefully learning something new that you can pass on to your own family and your own customers. So I love you all. I thank you from wherever you were from. I know I've got a lot of friends on here. A lot of you I don't know, but I hope you'll check out my page, Rita's Wreath Barn, and I hope you will like it. And I hope you'll come back for my next live. I'll post it when. I'm going to do it next week sometime, and I'll let you know and let you know what I'll be making. So thank y'all. Have a wonderful night and keep crafting. Bye.